Rightio. Hello. Hi. Today I was a bit bored. I haven't got a lot going on, and I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna rank all the Danganronpa characters. So I've done two tier lists before where I rank all of these characters, but strangely enough, I've never just ranked them based on what I think of them. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just gonna rank these characters based on what I think of them. And that is literally all my criteria is. There is no, oh, we need to consider how well written the character is, or the morality of the character. I don't know. None of that. Or like how strong the character is. That's not what we're doing. We are literally just doing, do I like this character? Yes, no. I'm going to give shout to Shadow 4 Queen, I presume. I believe they're the one who made the tier list, I presume. Um, I will be doing most of these characters. The only ones I won't be doing are the novel characters, because I have not read the novels. I will do, hopefully at some point. I don't know if they have English translations though, so I can't guarantee anything. I will rank the Killer characters though. I don't know if they're here actually. Oh no, is there no Killer characters? That's like the only novels I've actually read. Bah. Fine. I'll mention where they go at the end. Okay. In which case, I'm just gonna start ranking. I actually don't know are these alphabetical? No, they're not, because Leon's. I don't know what order these are done in, because Leon's first, but he's not. He would be like here-ish, but whatever. Speaking of Leon, I would say Leon, I like him. I like Leon. I think he's fun, for like the 3 seconds he's in the game. He has a fun enough breakdown. And that's about it. I like Leon. I think he's cool. That's about it. Akane, to be honest, I'm quite neutral on Akane. To me, she very much just feels like a rehash of Aoi from the first game. I don't know. That might just be a personal thing, you know. I just didn't really get super into it. I'd say, and I will include spoilers throughout this whole thing. So if you haven't played the games, I would maybe recommend clicking off this video. But of the Danganronpa 2 survivors, I think she's the one that I kind of have the least amount of opinions on, and that could be negative for the other characters or positive. She's just the one that I feel the least about. Uh, oh no, this is specifically Alter Ego because that's Chihiro. So this is Alter Ego. Alter Ego is like B, I guess. I don't know. Like, does it also count Danganronpa 2 Alter Ego? I suppose so. It doesn't change the ranking, but you know. Also, I'm not ranking like within tiers. I can't be asked. If you're in a tier, you're in the tier. It doesn't matter. I mean, Alter Ego's fine. Like that, they are Alter Ego. I like them. They're a cool guy. That's about it. Okay, time for like the first hot take. I like Anji. I think Anji's a fun character. Uh, I think people like really exaggerate Atua. I really don't think Atua's that bad. It'll be the same when I get to Kibo, when it comes to the robophobia jokes. I think a lot of people like to exaggerate how often they're done. It's really not that annoying in my opinion. Like, there are other characters from the previous 2/3 games, if you count Ultra Despair, that do way more annoying things than, like, Atua and stuff. I don't mind Danji. I was a little sad when she died, because I was like, man, I kinda like Danji. Byakuya. Now, Byakuya, it really depends what game you're asking me from. If you're asking me Danganronpa 1 Byakuya, I don't like him in Danganronpa 1. I think he doesn't overly grow much. I think he's just a miserable asshole all game, and not like the fun miserable asshole, the I want to fucking murder you miserable asshole. So like in terms of just DR1, he's in dislike. And I think actually, yeah, I'm gonna make that the standard. I'm only gonna look at these characters from the game or original media that they appeared in, just to make like cases like Byakuya, where he appears in several things easier, while like Leon only appears in like the first 2 hours of the first game. Yes, Celeste. Now, Celeste, I love her in terms of like personality. I love her in terms of design. She has by far the most unique design from the first game. I think Gambler is a super fun talent, but she also has like the single worst. That is missing a bracket. Uh, or parentheses, I believe Americans call them. But she has the single worst murder plot in the series. Actually, no, that goes to Mikan, who I'll go over later, wherever the hell she is. But like Celeste, to me, I'd say I like her. I like her. She's fun. That's about it, really. Um, I don't know. If she didn't have such a bad trial, I'd probably put her in A tier. But because her trial sucks that bad, she goes in B tier for me. Chiaki, Chiaki, Chiaki. This could be a hot take. She's going in just A. I don't think she's an S tier. I think a lot of people exaggerate Chiaki's character. I think she's fine. I think she's really good. I think she works as a really good. I don't think foil is the correct word to use for Hajime, but like a sidekick. That's the word I was looking for. She works as a really good sidekick to Hajime. But I think Chiaki as a person, she has like no personality for the first three chapters. I gotta be honest. I replayed Danganronpa the whole series last year, about like halfway through last year, and I really picked up on it when I replayed Danganronpa 2. I was like, I remember Chiaki being way more active, and it's just like, no, she's really not. She doesn't do a lot for the first like three chapters. Also, sorry if you can hear my chair squeaking. Yeah, Chihiro. On the other hand, I love Chihiro. I'm a Chihiro guy till I die. If Chihiro has zero fans, I am dead. I love Chihiro. I won't put him in. I won't put them in favorite because I think there's some stuff without getting into too much like sketchy subjects and whatnot. But you know what I mean. You know, Chihiro is kind of a dodgy character when it comes to especially modern writing, but I still like Chihiro either way. And I think Chihiro is just a silly little guy who likes programming. Chisa, Chisa, Chisa. I feel like Chisa was meant to be a big deal, but like to me she just wasn't because she's never mentioned in Danganronpa 1 and 2. Like she just feels way less impactful in Danganronpa 3 in my opinion. Like she's just kind of there. She literally dies in episode 1 of the Future arc, and in the Despair arc she's just like a friend to Chiaki the whole time until like the last 3 episodes where she like kicks everyone's shit. I'm just kind of neutral on her. She's fine. The farmer, I believe his name is Daisaku. I believe his name is Daisaku. That name rings a bell. Another one where it's like he just goes neutral because like once again he dies in like episode 1 or 2 because he witnesses someone getting punched and it's like damn, what did he do to deserve this? I feel so bad for him. He dies straight away because he had such a brutal FA. Um, Fuyuhiko, he's the first S tier. I love S tier. I love Fuyuhiko. I think he's great. I think he has pretty fun development. It's an obvious character development arc he's on, but like I like it. I think he has just some really fun quotable lines. I constantly quote Fuyuhiko. I love his voice. When I learned that he also did Kokichi's voice, I got mildly upset. I will go over Kokichi when we get to him. I love Fuyuhiko. I think he's great. He is my favorite character in Danganronpa 2. I think he's so fun from start to finish. I presume this is specifically Genocide Jack and not including Toko. Yep, that's Toko. I will rank them together like I usually do, just to make things easier. Genocide Jack, I like. Genocide Jack is fun. I think she's super fun, super silly. Honestly, the one thing that made Ultra Despair Girls playable for me. Toko on the other hand, I'm just kind of neutral on. Toko, it's kind of like yeah, whatever. Genocider, I like. Even in like the original game, she's fun. And I know I said I wasn't really gonna go over other games the characters are featured in, but Genocider and Ultra Despair is pretty fun. Gaunter, I love him. How can you not love Gonta? He's Gonta. That's about it. He's great. I love him. Um, he's just big strong man who wishes to help other people, and that is all. And I love that for him. Isn't this is the cat from Ultra Despair? Isn't it called like Grand Boy Sherry or something like that? The cat goes Nesta because it's the fucking cat. For those unaware, it is Celeste cat. You can tell by like the collar, I guess. Um, but yeah, I love the cat. I'm just gonna check I'm still recording. I am. Whoa. But yeah, I love Grand Boy Shetty. I think he's great. I think it's a male. I'm not sure. Gozu. Gozu goes in the Eta. I love Gozu. Gozu stuck up for Makoto. He stuck with my homie. He was like, "Go, Makoto. I know you're a good person. I'm Gozu. I'm a cool person." He's a tank as well. This dude absolutely tanks Juzo, whoever Juzo is. Juzo's like number one boxer. Gozu, I think it was Juzo at least. Absolutely tanks him. It's great. I love Gozu. He is my champion. I love him. I was so sad when he died so early on. I was like, no, I fucking loved Gozu. Gundam. Um, Apart from the fact that he's voiced by Chris, I don't know how to say his last name, Chris Tagliaferra, who I love. He's also the voice of Mohammed Avdol, and among other voices. Um, I just like. I think I just like Gundam. I think he's fun. Um, I think he's another character where I think a lot of people tend to overrate him a bit. I still think he's great. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think I love him. I think I just like him. I think he's cool, and that's about it. Hajime. Hajime. Once again, I think I'm just leaving him in like. I think I like Hajime. I don't think I particularly love him. I think I like him. Do I? He's voiced by Johnny, whatever the fuck his name is, right? Sorry, I'm looking it up on my phone. Hajime Dangan VA. I put CA. I'm bad at typing. Yeah, Johnny Youngbosh, because it's Narukami's voice actor from Persona 4. Um, I think I'm just gonna leave him there. I like Hajime. I think he's fine. I like him over Makoto. I'll get to where, actually, knowing where I'm gonna put Makoto, I'm gonna move him over there. We'll get there when we get there. Hifumi, Hifumi, Hifumi. Oh, sorry for yawning. It is late for me. What time is it? It is quarter to 11 at night. Hifumi, how do you rank Hifumi? Because, like, comic relief, he's great. He's so good. But in terms of, like, actual character depth and how much he sort of gets going for him, fuck no, he gets nothing. I think I'm gonna leave him in neutral then. Because, like, I think he's fucking hilarious. But I also just feel like they did nothing with him. I think they just kind of had him there as a joke character, and they didn't really know what to do with him, so they just killed him off by chapter 3, and they were like, yep, we don't have to worry about him anymore. Which, like, fair enough. Like, he really did not have a lot going for him. Himiko. Time for another, hot take from me. I like Himiko. I don't, I was about to say I love her. No, I don't. I think I like her. She's great. I think a lot of people, once again, shit talk Himiko because they like to ignore her character arc. A lot of people like Himiko's just depressed the whole game. What's the point? And it's like, brother, did you not play chapter 3 onwards? Like, no, she picks her shit up after chapter 3. She just starts like being a bitch in the best possible way. I love Himiko. She's great. Plus Ultimate Magician is just funny to me, so I like Himiko. Himiko's cool. I'm happy she survived. Um, yeah. Hina. Okay, remember what I said about Akane earlier? Akane? Akane. Yeah. Remember what I said about Akane earlier? That, but I actually like the character. That's where Hina goes. I still don't think she's a particularly strong character. She's still like in the weaker half for me when it comes to Danganronpa 1. Like you have like Makoto, Kyoko, Yasuhiro who were the peak for me, and then you have like Toko, Hina, and Byakuya who were also there. Hiroko. How do you even rank Hiroko? Because she doesn't really play a part. I think literally right there in neutral. She doesn't really play a story part in Ultra Despair. Like she basically just exists to be there, and that's about it. Um, yeah, I think she's very whatever. She's literally only made one appearance in the series since. She was in Danganronpa S for some reason. Yeah. Yasuhiro, he goes in the favorite list. I love Yasuhiro. He's so fun. I love Yasuhiro. He's great. His voice actor did a great job. His voice actor is just so fucking funny as Yasuhiro. I believe he's the same guy who voices, uh, I don't know the dude's name. Yako? From, Raincode. I'm playing through Raincode in a minute. And the blue-haired guy started speaking, and I was like, oh my god, it's fucking Yasuhiro, isn't it? But I haven't checked yet, but I'm pretty sure it is the same guy. And I love that because I love Yasuhiro. I think he's funny as hell. Hyoko. If you asked me 2 years ago, before my replay of DR2, she would have been an easy hate character. But now I put her in dislike. She is fine. Like, I still dislike her. I still think, generally speaking, she is one of the not as good Danganronpa characters, and I think there's a lot they could have done to improve her character. But her free time events definitely do help her, I think. Not a ton. I still think she's a spoilt brat who needs to shut up, but the free times do help her. The free times do help her. Ibuki, how can you not love Ibuki? Ibuki's great. She's silly. She's goofy. Um, she made the song. What's the song? I just had a baby and I don't know who the father is, or I just popped out the baby. I'm looking it up on Spotify because I'm pretty sure it is a song on Spotify. Is it not? I thought that was a thing. It's someone made a real song called "I Popped Out the Baby, but I don't know who the father is." Am I stupid? One second. I'm sorry. Oh no, it's I squeezed out the baby. One second, let me check. Is it a thing on Spotify? Dun 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 dun. I squeezed out the. It is! I thought. I knew it was. I knew it was by Masuna. Masuna? Masuna. I don't know how to say it right. Whatever, I'm getting distracted. Um, I just wanted to know who the father is, that's all. Who would it be? I don't know. Probably not a man. I mean, Ibuki's a lesbian. Let's be fucking real, guys. Like, I'm not into like the whole shipping thing, but Ibuki's out for the ladies. I know it. The Imposter, unironically, I really quite like the Imposter. If I was doing like the inter-tier rankings like this, he would go right to the top. I'll leave him there, just as like a sign of respect. I think the Imposter's great. I think he's really fun in Danganronpa 2. He establishes a really nice early on mystery. And once again, I know I say I won't include uh other things. Sorry. Other things these characters have been in, but I will briefly mention that I think his use in Danganronpa 3 is really good, and it shows that he's actually like a really caring guy, and I really like that. Izuru Kamakura. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I'm neutral on Izuru. I think he's a fine twist, I put in air quotes. Um, I think he just works as very much as like a last final boss for Hajime, and that's about it. Like, I don't really feel much about Izuru, he's fine. About it. Jotaro. God, I have to like recall my knowledge of Ultra Despair. I think I'm neutral about him if I remember. Like he's there, he's whatever. He's the second boss. He is what he is. That's about it. That's gonna be the thing for a lot of Ultra Despair characters. It's just like, yep, they are a character. That's about it. Jin, will rank Jin. I mean, like, yeah, I'm neutral about him. He's just Jin. He's there. He gets killed at the start of the first game, and that's about it. For those, like, yeah, I didn't know this until recently. This blew my mind. He is the rocket ship guy at the start of the game. Didn't know that. Didn't know that was Jin. Junko, I believe. Oh, no. No, I'm lying. Don't worry, don't worry. This is just Junko. Okay. Once again, this might be another Danganronpa hot take. I don't really like Junko. I don't really like her. I think I don't find her intriguing as a villain. I don't find her motives intriguing. I think she's a very nonsensical villain. Like Danganronpa 3, as in the anime, tried to really explain how Junko started everything, but like it just doesn't work. Like I think Junko is one of those times where you do have to talk about her in the series as a whole, and I just don't like her. I genuinely don't like. Being real, I prefer Samugi as a villain. Like, at least with Samugi, it was like, well, shit, you're actually in the game. Like, no fucking way. I think Junko works as a good twist, but I don't really like her as a villain. I don't know. Juzo? I like Juzo. I like Juzo. I think he's cool. Um, sorry. I said I was doing this late. um, I like Juzo, but I think he would be a love if that whole thing about him not wanting to tell Kyosuke about Junko because he was scared about his feelings getting outed is such a dumb plot line. Like, it is such a bad plot line in my opinion. They could have done 100 other things than what they did. And yeah, that kind of did him dirty. But I do like how he acts in the future arc. He kind of becomes a better person by the end, and I like that. Kaede, Kaede, Kaede. You either I think there's like two people in this world. You either think Kaede is a really good twist for the first case, or you think Kaede is wasted potential and that the devs are like assholes for V3. I'm on the side that thinks Kaede was a great twist villain for the first case. I think Kaede's great. I think she's fantastic, frankly. Like I don't really know what else to say. I think she's great. I think with the time you play as her is really good. She's voiced by the same actor. I don't know her name. Who voices? Oh, sorry. An from Persona 5, which is nice. So yeah, she goes there. I do quite love Kaede. I think she's great. Kaito is joining the favorites list. I love Kaido. Kaido is great. I actually will never understand why people don't like Kaito. He is an absolute champion. I love him. Every step of the way, this man brings a smile to my face. I don't know who his voice actor is, but his voice actor cooked. The design cooks. Everything. His execution cooked. Everything. I love Kaito. I think he is honestly like a top tier visual novel character. I like generally speaking, I think people overrate Danganronpa a bit in terms of writing. Like I'm going a bit larger here, but I promise you it ties back to Kaito. I think people kind of overrate Danganronpa's writing. Like comparing Danganronpa to like the writing in Ace Attorney and to the writing in Zero Escape, or even like things that are similar to Danganronpa's level, like AI the Somnium Files and stuff. I would say Danganronpa has weaker writing generally in terms of like emotional beats and kind of bigger plot lines. I think where Danganronpa strives is in its comedy and its cases, not really in its emotional beats. Kaito is like the exception. Kaito has great emotional beats, but also great comedy. That's why I love him so much, because he can just do so much, and I love him tons. Kazuichi, time for another hot take. I don't really like him. By far my least favorite of the DR2 survivors, but compared to Akane, I do actually feel soft about him. I just don't like him. He's one of those people that I see getting defended a lot by going, just play his 3 times and you'll get him. And I did. I don't get it. Like, so his 3 times basically say that he didn't really grow up talking to women. So the way he acts around Sonya is just him not really knowing how to communicate with women, if I remember correctly. But to me, that's just like, that's a stupid fucking answer. It still means he's an asshole. It still means I find him annoying. And if you didn't do his free time events, because I wouldn't do them normally because I don't like him, I'm gonna hang out with the characters I actually like. It doesn't change the fact that he's still kind of an asshole. But yeah, um, I think he's overall good. I think his design is cool. I think his voice actor's cool. I just think they really fumbled it on the personality. Because Ultimate Engineer is really cool. But yeah. Tengen? I love Tengen. I think Tengen's great. He's probably my favorite Danganronpa 3 character, behind Gozu. Tengen is just great in my opinion, like, he is so cool, and yeah, I think he's great. That's all I can say. Yeah, I love Tengen. I think he's really nice. Oh, sorry. Kibo. Another one that I think people shit talk a lot. Uh, People like to comment about the amount of jokes he makes about robophobia. But being real, he doesn't make that many jokes about it. He makes maybe one a chapter, one or two a chapter. It's really not that bad. There have been worse reoccurring jokes in Danganronpa. To me, I love him. I think he's great. I think he's silly. I love the little robot man. I hope we see him back again one day in some capacity, but I doubt it. This is Kenshiro, I think, from Ultra Despair. I don't really know what to. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna rank the hit list characters because there is so little we know about them. I don't think there's a single one where we actually know anything about them. The only one I'll keep up there is the cat because it's the fucking cat. Oh wait, no, this isn't one of the thingy. This is like the founder of Hope's Peak, right? This is Izuru Kamakura. I'll put him down here because we don't really know anything about him either. Okay, just to quickly run over. This is, I believe his name is like Kenshiro or something. I know, I only know him from DR Next. Um, he's related to Sakura. This girl is related to Sayaka, I think. This is like Kyoko's granddad or something. This is Kiyotaka's dad. This is Toko's pet bug. This is Hifumi's sister or mother or something like that. This dude is in Mondo's gang, and then obviously that's Izuru Kamakura, the real one, the founder of Hope's Peak. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I'm wrong there. Kurumi. Um, I like Kurumi. You know, she's Kurumi. That's about it. She's the mom of the group, and then she has a pretty solid murder plan. That's about it. She has a really good execution. I'll give her that. She has a really strong execution. Sorry, it just sounds like there's someone in my house. Nope. Whatever. Um, yeah. I like a lot of things about Kurumi. I think she's great, and that's about it. Like, it's the struggle with these characters who die early on, as it's like there's really not a lot to say about them. Like Kurumi, she's cool, she has a cool design, she has a cool execution. That's about all I can say really. Um, oh dear, we've a long ways to go yet. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Kiyotaka, I believe there's not like him normally. No. Oh no, there is. So this is I can't remember what he calls himself in this one. He's in this for like half a chapter, not even that. He's fine. He's like, yep, he is what he is. It's funny for like a second. That's it. Um, okay, just so we have one rep from everything. Actually, this I don't said it with Gozu, but Koichi is my actual favorite anime character. I love Koichi purely because I love his design. I love his voice. I watched the dub, to be clear. I basically only experienced Danganronpa in dubbed. I've never played it in subbed. I've never watched it in subbed. I just only do dubbed. Um, I'm weird with anime. I'll watch half of it in dubbed and half of it in subbed. I don't fucking know. But I love Koichi. I think he's great. He has a really cool design. He has a really cool voice. He saves Kyoko, which is huge. I love everything about the dude. I think he's great. Okay, okay. Let's talk about Kokichi. Kokichi, Kokichi, Kokichi. Now, this character is one that you either put in the S tier or you put in like the E or F tier. Okay? And to me, he goes in both at the same time. I love him in terms of writing. If this was a tier list which was how well do I think all of these characters are written, he would be an easy S tier. I think he is such a well written character. You just never fucking know what he's doing, and that's great, and that's kept up till the end of the game. But I hate his personality. Oh my god, I hate his personality so much. Like, oh my god, Kokichi, just like shut up, man. Like, do something. And it's why I don't know where to put him. So that's why I'm gonna make a new tier above S tier. This isn't me saying he's better than everyone else. This is the K tier. This is the Kokichi tier. Because I honestly don't know where I want to put him. Because, like, he's this weird character for me where he goes in two tiers at the same time, and I can't decide. So he goes in the Kokichi tier. Kamaru. I like Kamaru. I think she's a fun protagonist. Oh shit! I've just knocked over a Coke can. Oh no, it's a Pepsi can. Um, I like her. She's fun. That's about it. I don't really have a lot to say about her. She works as a protagonist for the game. She is technically briefly shown in the first Danganronpa game, but you know, she wasn't really designed then. Uh, the only other thing I'll this really got me throughout the game is she has the same voice actor for Makoto from Persona 5, and you can tell they basically have the same voice. You can take any of Kamaru's lines and put them over Makoto, and any of Makoto's lines and put them over Kamaru's lines, and it will sound correct because their voices are literally the same. Now, I get that's because they are the same voice actor, but like, you know, you always put a slight difference on the voice just so they're all different. But no, they literally have the same voice. Correct you. Okay, right. So don't don't like call me out or anything, but I really like Korekio. I'm not gonna put him in my favorite, but I'll put him in loves. I love his design. I think he has one of the most unique designs in the series, and I think it really fits his talent, which is a talent I love. Anthropology is such a cool subject, and I love that it got represented. I love his outfit. I love his voice. I think he has a really nice voice. It really suits him. I love his execution. I think it's great to tie in all those, I put in like air quotes, cultural references. But you can't talk about Korekio without talking about, you know, his sister. Um, why? Like, literally, you could have just made it like he lost an old expedition partner, or heck, even an old partner that was not his sister, and literally everything would have been fine. He would have been a fine character. But no, they had to make it his fucking sister because this is Spike Chunsoft and all of our games need to be weird. and that will forever annoy me because it means that people look at me weird when I say I love Korekio, because I do. I think he's great, but for that he gets put down. But I'll leave him there because that's how I do feel about him. Uh, Kotoko. Um. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase. I hate Kotoko. I hate what she represents in terms of like how they deal with the themes that she talks about in the game. It is awful. And it's why, in my opinion, Ultra Despair Girls is a terrible game. I think Ultra Despair Girls sucks, and she is one of the big reasons. Chapter 3, Chapter 4, I can't remember, is straight up one of the worst sections of any game I've played, and it's purely because of how they represent her trauma. I think it is I think it's downright despicable how it's done. I think it is actually horrendous. To treat a subject as serious as child abuse in the way they tackle it in her arc is actually kind of insane. And I understand that it's not technically her character there, but she is basically the one frontlining it, and I absolutely hate it. I think it was awful. But yeah, next up, Kurokuma. I dislike Kurokuma, I gotta be honest. He is what he is. He's kind of annoying. To be honest, I've never been a huge fan of Monokuma, but we'll get onto that. But like, I just it's just nothing for me personally. But yeah, Kyoko can join us up in the Esters. I know I put a lot in Esther, but like I have a lot of favorite characters. Kyoko's great in like every appearance, but even in the first game she's great. She has so many good like plot drop moments. Like we meme the shit out of the 16th student reveal, but I think it is a great reveal. It's such a good moment. Um and yeah, I think Kyoko deserves it. She is an icon of the franchise. Kyosuke, I like him. I think he's fine. I think he works as a good foil to Mikoto. I think he is quite intimidating. Um, Bit stupid, but that's kind of the point of the future arc, so fair enough. I like him. I'm gonna try and speed up a bit because I'm getting very tired. Mahiru. I actually quite like Mahiru. I think she's really fun. I do think she's a character that is improved by her private events. I think she's really good. I really like Mahiru. Maki, I love Maki. Maki's great. Um, she's just her bond with Kaito is so good, and the end of chapter 5 is great, and everything between the two of them is great. Her personal backstory is really good, and her bond with Shuichi, which we'll get onto where the other towards the end is great, and yeah, I love Maki. Makoto, here's my next controversial take. I don't particularly like Makoto. I think he's fine. I think he's a very one-note character until the later entries. I think in base Danganronpa he is a very simple character. Not a lot going for him, to be honest. Masaru, that's his name, right? I think. Um, Neutral. Like, he is what he is. I don't particularly like him. I don't particularly dislike him. He is what he is. That's about it. He's by far the most forgettable of the kids, in my opinion. So, yeah. Maya? I don't really know how you say her name, but I like her. She's fun. Controlled by Monica, and that's about it. She's fine. She's funny. She makes a couple good lines, and that's about it. Mikan, I like Mikan too. I will say, and this is a minor rant from me, she could not have pulled the shit off they say she pulled off in her thing. She could not have pulled off the shit she pulled off. There would not be enough time. That annoys me. No way she, like, hid the bodies, glued the door up, ran back to the hospital, did this, that, and the other, ran back everywhere, this, there, and everywhere in like 2 minutes without being seen. There is no shot. I don't believe that. And that kind of like, I used to love her. I thought she was a super fun, silly character. That put me down to like a, I don't really like her. She's fine. I still think you're funny at times, but like, that's stupid. Mew, Mew's funny, and that's about all she has to be. She's funny. She's not particularly smart, and that's about it. That's all I care for. Uh, she is the. Oh, bloody hell. She is the comic relief of the game, and she does the job fine. Her whole thing of setting up a murder though is really cool. I think that's really nice. Monica, I actually like over Junko. I think Monica is a really fucking good villain because I actually didn't like her. Not because I didn't like Ultra Despair, I just didn't like her. I thought she was an asshole. And I was ready to beat up a child. I was ready to throw hands with a child. And yeah, I did. Mondo. I like Mondo. Mondo's cool. Killed Chihiro, so he gets minus points for that, but like, he's cool. His gang is called Crazy Diamond. I mean, JoJo reference. To be clear, I know it's like a, fuck, this is where I get it wrong. Crazy Diamond. That's Pink Floyd. I know it's a Pink Floyd reference, but like, shh, shh, shh. Monodam, by far the best of the Monokids in my opinion, but like, only by a slim margin. Like, he's just slightly better because there was something more going for him. Monokid gets a couple lines in that are pretty fun. Monokuma, I love Monokuma. I know I said earlier that like it's kind of my hot take, but even then, like a lot of people would put him in favor. I just love him. I think he's funny, and that's about it. I don't presume Usami. Oh no, Usami is different. So this is Monami. So this is how she appears in for like all of DR2. In which case, like I like her. Monami's fun. She works as a good counter to Monokuma. I think it's a bit unbelievable how everyone just didn't trust her for ages. Like, I think most people would have probably trusted her straight away, but to each their own, I guess. I actually don't remember which. It's like Philomena. I know that's the lady from Kunk on Earth. That's Philomena Kunk, but it's not her. She doesn't walk up to paintings and go like, "What the fuck is this?" No. I don't know who she is. I just know that I find her fine. This is Monosuke? Monosuke? I think? I don't really like him, to be honest. I literally could not tell you anything this character does. I couldn't tell you his personality, I couldn't tell you, like, any rough lines he says. He's just incredibly forgettable, and I don't really like him all that much. And then Monotaro, who's fine. He's kind of like the leader, but, he's whatever. I think the Mono Kids were an interesting addition. I don't think they ruined the game like some people like to make out they did. But that might be my V3 bias speaking. But like, they really weren't that bad. Mukuro. I'm going to consider this to be Mukuro from the anime. Because... Oh, sorry. If we go off Danganronpa 1, we are literally talking about the Junko you see right at the start of the game, and that's basically it. I think in the anime she does a fine job. She works to make some fun action scenes, and that's about it, really. It's fine. Nagisa, I actually quite like Nagisa. I think he is a really sympathetic character that you can really get on his level with and understand his struggles and pain, and I think that's really cool. I also like how, of all the Warriors of Hope, he is very much the one who doubts it. He very much doubts Monica. He just sticks with her because he likes her, but, whatever. Nagito. I think he also is going to go in the Kokichi tier, where it's like, I don't like his personality all that much. I think he's super irritating, but he is really well written. He's incredibly well done. But, like, I just don't like his personalities. He also goes in the Kokichi tier. We'll call it, the KX tier. I don't know what that means, but, Natsumi, I believe her name is. Fuyuhiko's sister. I am neutral about her as hell. She is whatever. That's about it. Nekomaru, I love Nekomaru. He's funny as hell. He needs to take shit. And that's about it. I love him for that though. He's so bestie for that. That's what the youth say. Peko, I'm kind of neutral about Peko. I don't know. I don't particularly get invested in her character. I do kind of wish she stuck around more. I actually thought she was going to be. I remember when I was first playing through the game, I thought she was going to be the Kyoko of the game. I remember the first time we went to the first trial, I was kind of looking through the characters, trying to be like, who do I think who's gonna live, who's gonna die, who do I think is gonna like be this kind of version of the character from the previous game. And sorry, I caught on pretty quick that like Nagito's gonna be the Byakuya of the game, where he kind of just fucks shit up. And then I thought Peko was gonna be the Kyoko, and then she wasn't, because she killed someone in the second chapter. Rantaro is another character that I see get thrown about a lot, especially negative stuff. But like, I really don't mind him. I think he's fine. I think he's cool, and that's about it. I think he serves his story purpose really well. You know, he has a really cool voice, a really cool design. I love Nagito. I love Rantaro. I think he's great. I know a lot of people wish we would have seen more of him, but I disagree. I think we see him a perfect amount. Ruruka, I fucking hate Ruruka. Everyone hates Ruruka for good reason. She's an asshole. That's all I need to say. If you haven't watched the future arc, I'm sorry I've basically spoiled it all, but she fucking sucks. Ryoma, I love Ryoma because he is also voiced by Chris Tagliaferra, I believe. And he's a great voice actor, and plus Ryoma's just cool as hell. I love him. I think he's great. I wish we would have seen more of him, but it is fine. Ryota. I'm kind of neutral about Ryota. He is a character who exists, and I think he is fine. I think he is a-okay. I don't particularly hate him. I don't particularly like him. He is what he is. I wouldn't miss him if he was gone, but I'm happy he's here. Just want to make sure. Yep, my mic is still plugged in. Lovely jubbly. Sakura. I like Sakura. I was thinking about putting her in love, but I don't love her. I think she's fine. Um, she has one of the best chapters in the series. All-Star Apologies is a fantastic chapter. Um, I think she's just really cool. But that's about it, really. Like, I like her. I like her plotline with Monokuma. That's about it. This is Sato. She's the one who killed the person in Twilight Syndrome murder case or whatever. Like, I have no opinion of her. I'm neutral. She's whatever. She is what she is. Sayaka, she's gonna go right alongside Leon on purpose. I like them both. I've heard that that was the idea. Is that a little bit of trivia for you? These two were built to be likable characters, so the shock from the first chapter would increase for the player. I don't know if that's true. If it is, that's pretty smart actually. But yeah, I like them both. Yeah. Gosh, I am yawning so much. Psycho, I believe her name is. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it is now. And I like her. I thought she was interesting. I thought she was fun. She got fucked over by Ruruka, so she gets bonus points. Because I feel bad for her. That's about it, really. Like, I don't have a lot to say about her. Shirakuma, neutral. She is fine. She is just the better version of Kurokuma. That's about it. Shuichi might be actually, no, there's one more that I know is going in favorites. I think Shuichi's great. I think he's the best protagonist in the series. I think by far he gets the most development out of anyone. Out of any of the protagonists, that is. I think Makoto is a very one-note protagonist. Hajime gets a bit, but I would have liked to have seen a bit more built up throughout the game rather than just kind of throwing it on him last minute. Shuichi, throughout the whole game, is dealing with this complex issue of, is it the right thing to lie? Do we need to lie? Should I be solving cases, or is it better off to stay silent to protect the people from potential further incidents and stuff like that, and I love him for that, and I think Shuichi is great. I think he's a fantastic protagonist, especially during that last trial. I'm one of the rare people that actually like V3's final trial, and I think Shuichi is a huge part of that, in terms of why I love it so much. Sonya, I love Sonya. I mentioned earlier how I'm playing through Raincode. Fubuki, I haven't gotten to like the bit where she's mostly introduced. Fubuki is literally just Sonya, but more brain dead. And I kind of go, oh my days, Spike Chunsoft, you're already running out of character types? Like, wow. But like, yeah. I love Sonya here. I think she's great. She's one of the better final members of the DR2 cast, and I think she's great. I think she's super fun. I would love to see her come back around for more stuff. This is my other favorite. I love Sanosuke. I think is it Sanosuke? I think it's. Let me look it up on my phone. I know I could just look up on my laptop, but I'd like to try and keep this position as much as possible. But I'm pretty sure his name is Sanosuke. Yeah, he's a Yoi. I love Sanosuke. I think he's super fun. I think he's super cool. Blacksmith is great. He also got fucked over by Ruruka as he gets bonus points. Plus he is my main in Danganronpa Next, if you know what that is. Um, so yeah, I love Izaru. Um, Sanosuke. Taichi. Chihiro's dad. I like him. He's funny. He's literally, and I kid you not, he is literally in Ultra Despair Girls for 10 minutes, and then he dies, and that's about it. Ishimaru, I'm kind of neutral about him. He's one of the more forgettable DR1 cast members. I tend to forget him. I think just because Moral Compass is such a vague ultimate. I know that's like what they had to translate from, since we don't really have. I think it was Homeroom in the original, and we don't really have that, so they had to change it. But you know, he is what he is. I don't particularly like him, but I don't particularly hate him. We're almost there. We're almost there. Let me move these to the end so we can truly see how many we have left. We have 6 characters. Let's go. Tenko. Another one that might be controversial. I like Tenko. I really don't mind her. I think it's another one where people shit talk Tenko when realistically speaking, she is fine. Can the male degeneracy stuff get old? Yeah. But do I think she's a bad person? No. Like, once again, chapter 3 of V3 kinda sucks, but watch that final conversation between Tenko and Himiko again, and like, there's a really strong bond. These two are like so good, and yeah, I actually do quite like Tenko, to be honest. Teru is going in the hate tier. This man is straight up a sexual predator, and it's just not addressed in the game, and it's never addressed. I fucking hate Teru. Um, Honestly, like, I think he sucks. They should have at least kept his beta design where, like, he was actually kind of hot, so, like, you could get it. But no, this time around he just kind of feels like a weird sexual deviant, and I don't really like that. Samugi, you know what? I'm actually gonna put her in love, because I do quite like her throughout the game. And when she's revealed as an antagonist, I actually quite like it. It was a change up from it just being Junko again. I know some people say, whoa, well, Samugi is just Junko again, but no, she's not. She's not. She is her own thing, and I like that. But yeah. Usami, I'm just neutral about. She's fine. She's barely in the game. We barely see her. That's about it. Yuta, once again, going straight into neutral. Um, you just don't see him much, so you don't really get to see anything, and I don't particularly like him or dislike him. But yeah. And then finally, what a guy to end off on. We have Haiji Towa. I had to remember his name. Um, do I put him in the E tier or do I put him in the D tier? I'm gonna put him in D tier because I do believe there is a good character here. I do believe they were cooking for a bit, and then they decided for some reason to make him a predator. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why. I don't know why Spike Chunsoft keeps doing this, but they do, and I think it sucks. I think it just. I think it makes it so hard to like him, and that really annoys me because he has a really cool design. He has a pretty cool voice. He rides a motorbike. He's super cool. and then they just had to make him a fucking predator, and then just make him want to kill a bunch of kids, and it's like, ugh. I kind of get the message you're trying to do, which is like, even the quote-unquote good side sometimes lose their way, and it's like, okay, I get that message, but did you have to do all the bad stuff with him? I don't think so. But yeah, that basically rounds off the list. I don't know anyone down here, do I? No. Well, there we are. Let me zoom out a bit so you can see the full thing in one. There we are. Take a screenshot if you want to send it to someone and be like, look how brain dead this guy is. That's right. I put Korekio in A tier, Sumugi in A tier, I put Koichi in the S tier, I put Koichi and Agito in their own tier, and I put Junko in D tier. So, you know, I've got a list. But yeah, I do honestly believe this is my opinion. I don't really know if these are like commonly held beliefs or I just saw them a bit weird. But yeah, this is what I think of the characters, and that's about it. Thanks for thanks for checking in. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I've been recording for I think almost an hour now. I don't know. Yeah. Goodbye, I guess.